Hey, this is Kate.
And Sarah Plate.
And you're tuning in to all the best in punk, rap, folk.
Any way you put it, it's gonna be some freaked up skuzz.
I didn't know.
Okay, hi. Welcome back. It's been a while.
Yeah,
we weren't here last week.
We were not here last week.
Because there were so many NATOs.
Yeah.
So many NATOs.
Oh, I was thinking like NATO. Anyway.
Nah.
The acronym.
Apostrophe NATOs.
Yes, I see what you're saying now. Okay, well,
so what are we doing?
In case you were tuned in last show,
last
we
time.
did become zombies, and we are also here with the band Monty.
Hello, we are Monty Band from Georgia College and State University. Here to rise, soar, fly.
We gon' soar. We gon' fly through the sky like an eagle.
Okay, so
Happy to have you.
happy to have you here. So
Who
we
is
got-
Monty? What is Monty?
Who is Monty comprised
We are a
of?
band of loose cannon lighthouse operators with a harkening for vengeance.
That's them, Zach Farr, Stephen Ledbetter, and Matt Boone. Here they are.
Introduce yourselves.
Hello,
Individually.
I'm Zach Farr.
I am Stephen Ledbetter.
And I'm Matt Boone.
Cool.
Wait, I could talk into that one.
Yeah.
You can. All right. Well,
I got some questions.
yeah. So, how long have you guys been a band for?
Well, Monty's been a project for several years. It kind of started off. This is Zach speaking, by the way. In my recording in the dorm, and then in whatever apartment I happen to live in, and that's where I came up with what albums exist of Monty right now, Officer and Basic Brilliance. And then we started playing as a band together last year around February, and we've been going long and strong ever since.
Nice.
Wee. So, how would you guys describe your music? Like, what are some of your influences and etc.?
I'd say it's a mixture of it's kind of like folky alien music. Like if aliens also had a folk culture, they might produce something similar as Monty. But I don't know. We like to imagine that our music comes from the outer reaches of space and somehow finds its way into Zach's brain. It's actually NASA has been studying it for about 3 years now. They haven't quite figured out where these vibrations are coming from.
Oh my god.
But they have an idea that it's somewhere in the Andromeda galaxy. Oh wait, is that right?
Andromeda, yeah.
Andromeda. And what they think it is all the like canceled television shows from this alien race. They somehow get jumbled up into space, and the signal reaches Zach's brain, and then he turns that into Monty music.
But when it hits the brain, and then when it comes out through the mouth and the hands, Steven passes it through a filter of an old mammoth bone, and which makes it sound a lot more caveman and primitive. So you get the
We try to get the earth mix going so that people can relate to it.
I'm really more inspired by I Just Died in Your Arms Tonight by the Cutting Crew. So that's really more where my inspiration lies personally in the process.
Ta-da.
Okay, so we got a
Wait, Zach,
lot
you
of
want to give like an
influences
actual
coming
explanation
here.
for your music? Because your music is.
I think that was good.
Okay, so the
Going
band
swimmingly.
Monty. Where does the name come from?
Monty in Spanish means peanut, but it also means the jewel within the lotus of the heart. There's the Tibetan mantra Om Mani Padme Hum. It means behold the jewel in the lotus of the heart, and within those traditions of the East, the Monty jewel is to represent that place within that answers all of our desires, the wish fulfilling jewel. And so naming the project Monty is kind of an effort to say that this music is coming from that place within us, and we're honoring that place within us when we play and make the music.
And it can also sound a lot like money. So when we like go for more of a trap project, it's really effective.
So you're working towards that right now?
Yeah, that's in the works.
Okay. Stay tuned for that. So, I know that you guys have 2 albums out right now, and 1 in the works currently. How would you say that your songwriting and recording process has kind of progressed throughout the past couple of albums, and where you think it's headed now?
It's kind of feels like it's progressed very naturally from the beginning, and this is Zach. It was all very much kind of like just figuring things out. I'm coming from a very different place. I feel like I'm a different person since then. It started off more intentionally, I think, in the lo-fi vein, themes of aliens and far out things, and then it started to, I feel like, get a little bit more serious as I started to involve more of my personal narrative in with the basic Brilliance music. And then this upcoming album is more of a collaborative effort as a band, I feel like, involving a little bit more universal themes, I think. Altogether, I think that the evolution that it's taken has been very cohesive and natural, though. Each album is different from its own, but I think it tells one linear story if you listen back to the discography.
Would you say that you have followed kind of, the first 2 have been sort of more conceptual albums, or?
Oh, yeah, definitely very conceptual. The first one, like I said, was about kind of the story of, if you're familiar with the reptilians and the Pleiadians, Pleiadians being this like idea of a higher consciousness, 5th-dimensional alien race representing like love and compassion, and the reptilians being representing more divisiveness and the evil forces. And it's kind of telling, you know, this story through that narrative, you know, honoring it as a mythology, but using that narrative as the whole concept for the album. Second one is all about building these idols that we learn to respect and appreciate and almost worship, and seeing the positive fruits in that, and also the experience of having to tear those down and see that behind that, the essence that we're worshiping, the essence that we attach to, is more than the idol itself. And with our upcoming album, you'll see more kind of shadow themes of looking at the shadows of those idols, and learning to appreciate the beauty of impermanence and the beauty of the darkness and the mystery.
Mm.
It's really spooky.
That was that was intense.
So if you could, I know the whole alien thing, but if you could relate your music to any other musicians, like where you've derived some of your influences from, what's some of the bands that you would name?
I'll say mine and y'all can say y'all's. I think like Animal Collective, 30 Projector, Sufjan Stevens. I feel like if you like those bands, you would dig Monty. I don't know what y'all think.
To me, it's always sounded like it's like a more like weird, really bizarre, folky, Modest Mouse take on Yes music. Like it's like a lot of different parts and like grooves, and it's definitely like, especially this last album, it feels much more of like a I don't know. It's like groovier. This new album, like it's just like the drums are more present, and I think like it's more being written as a band rather than just Zach on his own. And I think that like, I don't know, it's like, it definitely sounds a lot different, this new album, compared to the other ones. The other ones like were very, very folky. This one feels a little more, I don't know, rhythm based. Like it's got a lot of like feels, like different feel changes, and but the drums like kind of play a really heavy part.
How do you feel about that, since you here are the drummer?
Well, I don't really approach it with a lot of like influence in mind necessarily. More just like a feeling of responsibility to help Zach sort of bring his vision into fruition, and so I just try to stay true to whatever that is.
Got all the
Happy to
laughs
have
up in here.
the laugh track here today. Wish it was here more often. Need it.
We bring laughter wherever we go. So
I think the truer genre name for Monty would be the Cosmic Giggle / Acid Folk.
I think we all know what he's talking about when he says that. Am I right, ladies?
what?
Am I right?
Maybe.
Okay.
I'm not sure I know
So,
what you're talking about.
so
Please God.
all right.
So I
Just
felt,
like this interview. Kidding. We're the interviewers, and you got it. You got it. What's the next question?
So I know that Zach, this is sort of the this project is sort of his brainchild, but do you guys have any other solo projects that or collaborative projects that you're going on, Steven and Matt, you are working on currently?
Yeah, I play in 2 other bands. I play guitar and I sing in a band called Yawn Stranger, who's like kind of like a jam space funk psychedelic band. And then
Is that the band formerly known as Toast?
no, we played with Toast. We
Yeah.
used to be called Barbaloot Suit.
I get all the bands confused.
Babloot Magoot was what that evolved out of. But and then I also play in a band called Nutri. I'm like the main songwriter, frontman,
And
orchestrator dude.
You have a show tonight.
Oh, and I'm playing tonight at Blackbird.
Well, I'll give you that plug later in the show. Don't worry.
Oh, thank you.
What about you?
And you'll have a couch concert coming out soon, because of yours truly.
So I write some music and record some music, but it doesn't really have a official project name or anything right now. Be on the lookout because it's coming at you.
That's awesome.
Wonderful, wonderful. So you guys are graduating pretty soon, all of you. What do you think that is going to happen after you graduate with this project? ...
I'm going to make a lot of money. So,
A lot of money.
a lot of peanuts, if you know what I'm saying, ladies.
All right.
We're also after all the school craziness is done is when we plan on recording and releasing this next shadowy, spooky album that we speak of.
If you don't like horror movies or slasher films, you don't want to listen to this.
If you like SpongeBob SquarePants, you probably do want to listen to this album, though.
It's kind of those two worlds together.
Well, do you guys have any plugs you want to put in, like shows coming up or social media, things that you want people to check out?
Facebook.com/MontyJewel, www.montysounds.org.
Are you writing this down?
This is MANI,
S.
Jewel, being
Doesn't have an asterisk.
JEWEL.
Also, next Thursday, we play Buffington's with Stereometric for a 420 show. We go on at 9:30. And the following night, we play at 7 on front campus for the Earth Fest with the Environmental Science Club. So those will be really fun and rad and cool.
Free music, support local musicians. Wonderful. Awesome.
Support your local coffee shop.
Nah.
I don't know. That's what a lot of people say.
Okay, yeah, for Matt, do that. Possibly.
Matt's going to be wearing a purple Heinz ketchup suit at the next performance. So you really want to be there. Don't miss it.
It's actually the green. It's the green one. I changed my mind.
He's a Shrek guy.
Not a Barney kind of guy. All right, well, I think that pretty much wraps it up.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
guys. Oh, yeah.
Your karaoke
we're waiting on
performance.
that.
Oh.
I don't know. That one's pretty.
I can't be a part of this.
Hey, come on. This is gonna be great.
Is this a little little piece, little
This is
teaser?
a live studio performance by Monty.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. I was an African boy. You can break it down and make it
like a little wooden toy. We could wink around and shake it.
What's up, y'all? It's Jude in the Line. You're listening to WGUR 95.3 The Noise!
Pardon the interruption. And now,